Denise, I'm Angela O'Connell, Head of Teaching and Learning for Prep at the Australian International School, and I'm looking forward to hearing you speak. My question for you is, personalised education, and in particular gifted education, are passions for you. How have these areas influenced your leadership mindset? Looking forward to hearing from you.
Hi Angela, thank you so much for your question. You know, it starts with a student. Wouldn't it always start with a student? I can still see the student, I can still hear the problem I had in my head. I didn't know how to teach him. I was in my first year, straight out of uni, and he knew everything there was to know about science, maths, history, but he could not produce anything on paper. And it wasn't a case of, Google. I couldn't just go and Google it 25 years ago. I actually had to get myself from where I was working, which was Lomond School in Helensburgh, Scotland, up to Glasgow University Library and do some serious research. And I came to the conclusion he was dyslexic. But of course it didn't help me because I didn't know how to teach a child who was dyslexic. So I boldly, in my first year of teaching, went to the head of school, Angus MacDonald, a fantastic guy who's helped me a lot in my career. And I told him what the problem was. And true to his word, he said, okay, leave it with me and I will come back to you in a few days and we'll come up with a solution. And he did. And I was very lucky with that solution. He put me in touch with Dr. Katrina Collins at the Learning Unit at George Watson's College in Edinburgh. And I started working with her and observing and doing one of the diplomas that was offered. And I was able to come back to the school and start to put things into place that made things much better for that student, started to do some training for the staff, and it really took off. But it taught me a lot. And I suppose when it comes to that translation for leadership, it is, you've got to be curious. It doesn't matter whether it's a student coming to you with a question, whether it's a staff member coming to you with something. You have to stay curious about that. It's, Covey's old seek first to understand before you seek to be understood. And then the other thing that I think I was taught through that whole process is, you really must follow through on your promises. Angus always followed through on his promises for me, and as many other mentors have, and I think that's another thing. You do it for students, you have to do it for your staff. But the other thing about working in gifted education and personalised education and doing what's right for students, and you need to translate that for your teachers, and I think there is always a way. As a leader, I think that is probably the thing utmost that I've learned, that if things are not going well or something's not working out, there's always a way. And finding that way is all about being curious. Thanks for your time.